Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And I'm quite excited today because we're covering a Cure song called A Fragile Thing, which is brand new out. It's from a new album that comes out at the start of November. I haven't really listened to much newer Cure stuff. I think we all know, well, I mean, I suppose not if you're a younger generation, but if you're of my generation or older, you know a lot of Cure songs, Love Cats, Boys Don't Cry, Friday I'm in Love, lots of really big, famous, popular, good songs. And they sort of represent an era and a time of music and culture. And obviously that time has past. The late 80s and early 90s are not where we are anymore. We're in the sort of mid 20s instead. So it'll be interesting for me, who hasn't kept up with them really, with more modern stuff, to see if they are still trying to be the Cure from the late 80s, early 90s, or if they are different, or if they're somewhere in the middle. Maybe they're infusing old Cure with sort of new sounds. To me, I guess I'm expecting an evolution of sound. For example, I have been to see Paul Weller quite a few times live because my dad and brother are huge fans. I'm a fan, but they are bigger fans than I am. And obviously, the Jam have been around from the mid to late 70s. And Paul Weller keeps reinventing his sound and keeps doing different things. You can still tell it's Paul Weller, but it doesn't sound like the Jam anymore. And I guess that's kind of what I'm expecting out of this. So let's jump over and see what exactly we're getting. I'm very excited. I'm presuming we're going to get into the lyrics in a minute, but so far I'm liking what I hear. I think it does sound like the Cure would in this day and age. I think that kind of dirty, gritty bass is really nice, but there's a delicate piano on top of it, and I think that feels like what the Cure would be doing these days. I mean, it is what they're doing these days, but you know what I mean. So let's see what the rest of the song has got for us. We've got another 4 minutes left to go. He sounds exactly the same. Like he's 30 years older and he still sounds exactly the same on record as he did. I mean, obviously the music sounds better produced because music, as the technology behind music is better, but his voice has the same inflections, the same tone. It sounds like the same. I'm really impressed by that, because I think what you tend to find with this sort of band is they don't usually maintain that. they don't usually sound the same, and I think, how do I phrase this? I don't want to sound like I'm insulting them, because I'm not. This kind of music sounds, or the way he sings sounds quite, youthful's not the right word, but it sounds like it comes from a youthful place. There's a lot of passion and a lot of, I don't really know how to explain it, but there's a lot of emotion in his voice, and I think you would expect that as someone gets older, that emotion may change because they experienced more things. I guess that's where I'm coming from. But he sounds just as fresh faced as he ever has, and I think that's a good thing. I think it as well as the instrumental sounding, vaguely Cure-ish. I think the vocal melody and the delivery of the vocals, you can't mistake this for any other band. This is The Cure. And I'm really enjoying it, and also, as well as the sound of the lyrics, the actual words are very, very much The Cure as well. So this does feel like a Cure song, but it also does feel a lot more modern, and it's well produced, and there is a bit of an evolution from where they used to be, 30 years ago. So I'm really enjoying this. It's just incredible how well his voice has held up. And when I say how well his voice is held up, I'm not saying he's this powerhouse belter or anything like that, but I think there's he has a very specific style of singing, and this has held up really well to it. There's like a broken quality to his voice, but broken in a good way. I wonder if we're going to get anything different towards the end, just to close it out. I hope so. I mean, there are things changing in the background. I can hear this plinky plonk running between my left and right ears at the minute. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, like I say, it sounds like a Cure song. It's a really good Cure song. There was a sort of epic quality about it. It's not the sort of song I could listen to all the time. I think I would need to be in the right sort of mood for this sort of song. But a lot of Cure songs are like that. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I was really impressed with the quality and the standard of his vocal after all these years. You know, a lot of bands, their lead singer, when you pass 30 years, it doesn't sound the same no more. But this definitely sounds like, you know, The Cure used to sound, but just older, wiser, slightly different in terms of, you know, instrumentally. But you could still tell it was a Cure song. There's still an identity in there, but they're not sort of bound to that identity, I guess. And that's all you can ask for, I think, from these things, is you know, to still be able to tell it's the band it's supposed to be, but you not to feel like they're just treading the same ground over and over again. But yeah, I just thought it was really good. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.